people of the internet, welcome back to another video. So in today's vlog, I thought I would just bring you along for a few days in my life, and I kind of need to get ready for college, which is starting for me in a week and a half, which isn't it's quite a lot of time, but I still feel like it's gonna come so fast and I want to get ready. So I thought we could do a couple things to prep for the new semester, set some goals, and just get organized so that the semester can start on a good note. First thing on the agenda is to prep my calendar. I just wanted to hop onto the voiceover really quickly to kind of talk about my organization system and how that's changed throughout the semesters. So initially I actually used a physical planner first, and that was kind of what I intended to use as my main source of organization. But then I quickly found out that although that's what worked for me in high school, in college it wasn't really that useful anymore because I just ended up transferring everything into my Notion and into my Google Calendar anyway. So yeah, this semester I won't be repurchasing a physical planner. Mine is already all used up, and I'm just gonna stick to only digital. So I just reset my Notion setup so that all of the classes would be blank and I can change the titles, and I also reset my assignments lists. Before we continue with today's video, I'd like to say a quick word from today's sponsor, which is Genie, and I actually think it's very relevant because an important part of getting ready for the semester is to make sure that you have the right tools. Genie is an AI-powered research tool that helps you summarize your readings and also annotate and organize them in a much easier way. I actually used Genie last semester when I had a big research project in my film theory class, for which I had a bunch of readings to annotate and look over, and it made that project so much more manageable. One of the many features that Genie offers is its note-taking shortcuts. So normally when I am reading a paper, I like to annotate it by copying down some important quotes and then writing a few bullet points to summarize each paragraph. But Genie actually facilitates that process significantly. It has a built-in feature that allows you to highlight a chosen passage of text with your mouse and then copy it directly into your notes so that you can summarize readings much more quickly instead of always going back and forth between documents. And whenever you copy something from a reading into your notes, Genie's AI will generate links that you can keep track of, so that way you know what to refer back to when it's time to quote a reading and cite your sources. All in all, this allows you to spend less time and energy on the tedious aspects of researching so that you can be more productive and more efficient with your time. If you're interested in the platform, I would highly recommend it because I think it's an essential for students, and you can head over to the link in my description to check them out, as well as use the code Clarisse20 to get 20% off. Once again, thank you so much to Genie for sponsoring this part of the video, and now let's get back to it. We're back, and I thought before we move on, it would be fun and kind of insightful to reflect on my past semester's goal that I set at the beginning of the school year and kind of see what I accomplished and what I didn't, because I kind of looked at it briefly the other day and realized that although I didn't get everything on here done, I did do a lot and I kind of surprised myself. So I thought we could take a look at that, at my fall 2022 goals, and kind of reflect on those and maybe set some new ones for the winter semester. So first I kind of separated it, and into academic goals I just said maintain a high average and work on assignments as soon as I receive them, which I think to a certain extent I did. Actually, now that I think of it, I did submit a couple of assignments late, but I think it's also important to be realistic and to reflect and not be too hard on yourself, because I'm not gonna lie, there were some assignments that I literally could not have gotten done earlier, and some that I handed in late were also due to them being group projects and the other members didn't do their part, so I obviously didn't want to send an incomplete assignment. So for the most part, I did maintain a high average despite not being particularly early, so I'm gonna give myself a pat on the back for that. I also wanted to get more involved in volunteering, and I didn't really do this honestly just because I did not have any time at all. I would have loved to, but I think it's also, again, important to be realistic, and last semester there was barely any time for myself during the semester, so let alone any time for volunteering all that much. but it's definitely like a goal to keep in mind, maybe for the summer when I'm done with school and I have more time on my hands. I did write down that I wanted to maybe try to get an internship, but I think that's more something for the summer. So I think I would actually transfer this goal over into my winter semester goals, so that way I can look for something this summer, because that's definitely something I'm interested in still. And then this one I'm actually very surprised, but I wrote down to work on a short film, and I'm very proud because I did do that, and it wasn't necessarily by choice. I did have to do it as an assignment, but it's definitely something that, like, to me took a lot of courage and like was this really big stressful thing that I both really wanted to do but also was really scared to do. And I think having to do it for class just forced me to get it over with. And although I'm not like 100% proud of my short film that I made, like it's definitely not the best, it's still something. And like it was really rough to film and to put together, but we did it, and I'm proud of myself for doing that, because if you had told me a year ago that I would have done a short film, I would have been very surprised and very proud and think I was very cool. So I need to recognize that. And then for personal goals, I wrote down to maintain a consistent sleep schedule, and this is definitely one that I will transfer into next semester. I actually think one of my only goals for the winter semester, and like one of my only resolutions for this year really, is to have a good sleep schedule, because I know that it like affects the rest of your life so much, and yet I still don't prioritize it, and it's very stupid and it's very hypocritical of me, but sleep does make you more productive when you have a good sleep schedule. So I just need to like really prioritize sleep, and prioritize sleep over productivity, because in the long run it's just more of an investment to invest in yourself and in your sleep and your rest. I wanted to also work out more consistently, which I did. I think at the beginning of the semester I actually did it more because of my PE class that we had to follow a workout plan for, so that was like kind of by obligation. But then I got a gym membership and I kind of tried my best to go every once in a while. I also wanted to streamline my content creating process, which I think I could actually definitely get better at. Like I definitely want to post more on Instagram. That's like a big goal and resolution of mine for 2023. So I am definitely going to try to focus on that as well. The last personal goal of mine for last semester was to have like fun outings every 2 weeks. This more or less happened, I would say, because again, I would most of the time just spend my weekends working on my short film, which was a fun project but is also like stressful, and it is for school. So I don't know, I'll see. I think like I shouldn't feel the need to like schedule fun this much. I should just like enjoy it when it comes. So that's something to maybe change for next semester. But yeah, this was fun. I think for now I'm gonna like get my journal out and just like write about what I just said, and like kind of get some thoughts onto paper so that I can set some winter goals. And yeah, this was definitely very interesting to look back on. Another very important part of getting ready for a new semester, in my opinion, is to set some goals and also reflect on the past semester. So because I've been getting really back into journaling lately, I just wanted to write all of this down in my journal, but feel free to do this like on any platform that you like, whether it be Notion or whether you want to make a vision board, whatever suits you. I think it's great to just dedicate some time to doing that, and it's also like pretty fun if you just put on some good music and just have fun with it. So yeah, for me, I think reflecting on the past semester, it was honestly very challenging for me in ways that I couldn't expect, and although some time has passed now, I still remember it being very tough and difficult for me mentally. So I think part of a solution for that for me would be to really focus on my sleep schedule first and foremost. I think because I always took on too much work and let it kind of overwhelm me, I would cut back on sleep, and then it would just become this cycle of constantly being sleep deprived and stressed and never knowing how to fix it. So this semester, first of all, I am getting my 8 hours of sleep every night, and I am also learning how to say no when I can't take on any more work. Obviously, when you have a lot of assignments, you can't really say no to assignments, but you can ask for extensions and ask for help, which I think I'm slowly getting better at. So yeah, those are really like my main 2 goals for this semester. I'd love to hear what yours are if you want to share them in the comments down below or send me a DM. And yeah, that's it for the goal setting part of this video. Alright, so it's actually a different day, and today I just wanted to finish this video by showing you guys what's in my backpack, because I've been asked to do it a few times, but also because I actually changed backpacks. So this is the backpack I've been using for the past 3 semesters, and it's just from Jansport. Honestly, it's been doing a pretty good job. It's just that it doesn't really have many pockets, and I am someone who carries a lot of things with me. I bring so much to school, especially like when I have my lunch and everything, just because I don't want to spend money on the overpriced food at the cafeteria. So yeah, it's a good backpack, but again, I just feel like it has done its time and I can use it for other things. I also have been asked like what the patches represent, and it's just places I've been to, like places I've traveled to, and I like to collect those and just stitch them on this backpack. So hopefully I'll get to add more in the future, but yeah. That's my old backpack, and then the one that I bought this week is from Converse. It's just called the Go Pack, I think, and I wanted to get this one because it has a lot of pockets, and I also asked you guys over on Instagram if you recommended it, and I got quite a few people saying that it was a really good backpack. I also got recommended a couple of other brands, so I'll put those on the screen for those that wanted to know. But yeah, this is just the one that I ended up deciding on, and again, like, it has a water bottle pocket, which I didn't have before, so I thought it was a good upgrade. It's very nice and padded and just has so many pockets, so I'm excited to start putting things in and getting ready for school. But yeah, I thought I would show you guys what's in my backpack to kind of show you guys my school supplies, but also that way it'll already be packed for the first day of school and I won't have to worry about that. I'm just gonna get into packing this backpack and switch to voiceover to kind of explain what supplies I like to use. So yeah. Alright, so it's now time for a little tour of my backpack. So first thing that I always bring to school is my laptop, but I just need to bring this to school with me every day, just in case I need to edit in between breaks or just to get work done. And I also store it in this case that I just got on Amazon just to protect my laptop even more. And then in that case, I also always bring my hard drive, again, if I need it for editing. And oftentimes, because I'm in film, if we're doing a workshop where we have to handle SD cards and all of that kind of stuff, I always need my hard drive to transfer footage and audio onto. I only bring one notebook that I actually use for all of my classes. I just divide it into different sections because I don't really tend to need to take notes all that much. I also usually always bring post-its that I will put in like my notebook or whatever I have on hand. And then I don't think I'm actually going to be bringing this, or at least I hope I won't have to, but this is just a file divider that I've used for readings and handouts. Last semester, my teachers really like to give us paper and print stuff, so I kind of needed to bring this at some point. And then next we have my pencil case. I actually got a few questions asking where it's from, and I just got it from a random bookstore, so unfortunately I can't be of much help. But yeah, this is obviously an essential. In it, I have all of the essentials, including hand cream because my hands get very dry, as well as chapstick because I always need it. So I just keep those in there along with a hair tie just in case I ever need it. And then I also like to bring my journal sometimes, not every day, but just every once in a while when I have maybe some extra time or just when I want to journal about what's on my mind. I like to bring that. As well as a book. I try to always bring a book. This is the one that I'm currently reading. And then moving on to the smaller pockets, I have another chapstick because you can never have too many. And then next I also have a hairbrush, which actually should be in my locker usually. I have this pouch full of essentials like hairbrush, nail clipper, deodorant, and that kind of stuff that I keep in my locker at all times. So this should be in there, but it wasn't, so I'm just bringing it in my backpack. Then I have this little pouch that I like to put all of my cables and like chargers into. I just hate having cords like all messed up and tangled in my backpack, so I found this pouch that I can put them into, and it's been very useful. And then I also, of course, have the rest of the essentials, including my wallet, as well as my Opus card, which is the card I need to take the metro and the bus, some Kleenex, and last but certainly not least, we have my trusty water bottle. This one is from David's Tea. I love it. I like to also bring tea or coffee at school sometimes, so I just put it in here, and it's very useful to have on hand. And yeah, that is everything that is in my backpack. This brings us to the end of today's video, so thank you so much for watching. Once again, make sure to check out Genie by clicking the link in the description and use my code Clarisse20 for 20% off. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye!